my hat goes off to everyone who has worked on Steins Gate Zero, because you are doing a phenomenal job in this anime. I really was not expecting myself to like this anime as much as I'm right now. So let's get into this review on episode 3. So on this one, I don't really want to speak too much about a summary of what the episode, of what was going on, per minute or whatever. I kind of really want to focus about what we all were wanting to see, which was anything going on between Okabe and Kurisu. So let's go right into this. One of the things that you see in this episode is very clear, is that Okabe really is reluctant to talk to Kurisu. Like, you see her like calling him constantly, and it's in her nature, like, because Maho and Alexis told him pretty much told the AI to talk to him and to use him as a subject, because they want to gather more data. And so, she's consistently calling him, wherever he is, like in school, if he's at home, he's in the street walking, like, so she's consistently trying to call him and get information from him in any way possible, and just start up conversations. And you can tell that he's very confused and he's very uncomfortable about it. And but the interactions that they have are what making this anime so good. One of the ones that pops up in my mind is they do a trip where they're walking in the street. I think they're in Akihabara, and she wants to see everything. Okay, and she can't really experience it with the screen like facing him. And so what he does is he turns the camera. Well, no, he turns the lens around, and then he puts the phone in his pocket, so that the camera is facing towards where he's looking. And it's funny because even herself, of her being an AI, she has such human quality that it's surreal. Like, she loves what she's looking at. She feels she wants to buy something, and then she's like, oh wait, no, that'd be a waste. I can't buy anything because I can't use it, because she's an AI. And so there's these lines that are being blurred both by her and by Okabe. But he's trying to be more and more reluctant to do so. And she just keeps prying into him, and it finally wears down, and he finally lets his guard down. And this happens near the end of the episode. And in the end of the episode, this is where I'm going to go into a little bit into plot. Not the plot, but just into the story of what happened in the episode. And so what happens is they're at this Christmas party that Okabe, agrees to go to, and he gets a call from her again. And so he goes up to they're in the lab, so he goes up to the roof to start talking to her. And one of the things that she talks about, she wants to know, is why he called her Christina when they first met. And so she comes with different hypotheses, like maybe it's the name of an actress, or it's the name of an ex-girlfriend, or it's something that he called her directly or indirectly when they met, or when they were together. But she's saying that's highly unlikely. Kind of to backtrack a little bit from here, is one of the things that she says is very interesting, where she asks about this also before in the episode, in the 3rd episode, and she talks about how her AI is incomplete, and the reason for that being it's not completely human, because she said with humans, some of the older memories get pushed by new information coming in, and so a lot of things get mixed together. But she says, but I'm not like that. Like, everything that I listen to, that we talk about, is logged somewhere in data, and so I can always access it. So that's why she's always asking and never gonna let go about this whole Christina thing. And so I guess their main objective is to make it almost human, or at least I think that's her hypothesis of what they mean by perfecting the AI, is to make it more human, so that they can forget things and it's not just a computer. That's a wild guess. I have nothing to base it off of, aside from that line that she says. Anyway, so back to the story. So she asked me, why do you call me Christina? And he asked, do you really want to know why I call you that? And while he's saying this, you have Mayuri, who's looking for him, and she starts going up to the roof, and you see her, and she's like listening or eavesdropping, but not opening the door to the roof and listening to what he says. And he says the following. He says, I called you Christine because I was embarrassed. I didn't know how to say your name. And what's funny, and I think what breaks and brings his guard down is just how fast she reverts to her tsundere self. If you remember in Steins Gate, she's like, I'm not tsundere, stop calling me tsundere. And this is where she shows, she's like, I'm not happy that you're treating me like a girl, and so other stuff like that. And so he lets his guard, and he starts laughing, and he starts saying, it's this side of you, and you can say this is a side of you that I love. And as he's trying to say these words, you see Mayuri, they pan to her, and she's going down the stairs, and you see Maho climbing up the stairs. And this is where the heartbreak comes in, is he's trying to say, I'm pretty sure he's trying to say, like, confess his feelings to her. And Maho grabs the phone and turns off the application. And you can see that Okabe he's frustrated. He's like, why'd you do that? He doesn't say that, but he's thinking, like, well, why'd you do that? And Maho says, I told you before that this person is not the real Kurisu. She's dead, that's for sure. And you see that all this, I guess, joy that he's been feeling the past like minute or so just all leaves him, and he's just there distraught. And then after he keeps thinking she's dead, and he goes back, and you see these flashbacks of what happened in Steins Gate, her dying, other flashbacks of just every event that he had to go through when he was going through time. And he just lets out this woeful scream, just ah, and you feel it in your heart. You're like, oh my gosh, I feel so bad for Okabe. And it reeled me in more. I can't stress enough just how good that part was. Like, I'm so excited to what's happening next week. I really don't want to wait another week. Like, it sucks. Like, I'm almost tempted to play the freaking game, but I won't, because I have self-constraint. At least I tend to hope that I do. But anyway, I won't play it. I'm just gonna keep watching it and see what happens. Side note on this show is the comedy that it has in there. Now, this show it is a drama. It's like a sci-fi thriller thing. But man, the comedy, when it hits hard. It's just hilarious. So one of the parts, two parts that actually got me was, one of them is they talk. So Alexis and Maho are talking with Okabe. They have like a meeting before the party, and before Alexis and Maho know about the party. But what happens was, I guess the application, it moves on to Maho's laptop screen, and Kurisu's like, it's like, senpai, he's like, you need to go and you need to get him, before someone else steals him away. And as she's seeing, Kurisu making these signs and whispering to her, she's getting pissed off. So she shuts down the laptop, and she's like, no, wait, what the? And that happens a lot, because Okabe also like cuts her off all the time. And every time he does, even if it's a serious part, it's just hilarious. Like, one part that I didn't think I'd laugh at was he's talking to her when they go into his lab for the first time in forever, and Mayuri shows up, and he's like, oh, my friend's here. She's like, oh, I liked him, and he shuts off the application. He's like, no, I'm kidding. He's like, what? Just good little tidbits of comedy here and there. I think it's to make the light of the situation a little bit, and to show us that you can still laugh even though this is a drama, thriller, sci-fi, whatever it is you wanna categorize it as. But great episode. I give it a it's just like a 9 out of 10. It's just amazing, and I'm actually excited to see the dub on it. I think it's premiering soon, or it has, just simply because the dub of Steins here was amazing. It was really, really good. It's the one where I love the Japanese one, but I also really love the English dub one, almost to the point where I would rather watch an English dub than Japanese sub. And some people are like, oh no, that's taboo, that's heresy, but it's true. That dub's awesome. Whoever plays Okabe just knocked it out apart with his Okabe performance. I'm really excited to see how he does Okabe now, since Okabe now is not as eccentric, he's not as goofy as he was in Steins Gate. Now he's a little bit more serious. He actually way more serious. He's gonna be more woeful, more pitiful performance, I feel, because I think that's what his character is right now. Hopefully it changes, but that's what it is right now. Anyway, let me know what your thoughts are on the episode. leave a comment in the video. Give us a like, subscribe to us. This is David the Smash Fan from Chibi Podcast, and I'm out.
It's yours! Yours was not his!